My name is Luna, and every day on this campus, things are getting stranger. I'm now in possession of stolen library books, gifted to me by a mysterious boy who may or may not have ended a dog's life. But I still don't believe that he did it. Maybe I'm naive. Also, I'm feeling the pressure to return these books, but I find it difficult to do so. After reading The Count of Monte Cristo a few times over, I'm now skimming through the Swan's grimoire, the book recommended by that boy, Michael. It said, "Every white swan must drown beneath the still black water. Only in silence, and only in surrender, can its feathers darken. The one who dies in purity awakens in truth, the dark swan, unafraid of eyes or judgment. Beauty lives not in light, but in shadow, not in comfort, but in pain. To find yourself, you must vanish. To become whole, you must break. To learn the secret, you must suffer and smile." As I was laying in my bed reading it, it felt strange to me. What was this book all about? And why would Michael recommend this to me and call me a dark swan? Here's how it described a dark swan. The dark swan is not born, but made. It represents the shedding of innocence, the white swan, and the embracing of one's true, unfiltered self. It went on to say that people live in a neatly lined up existence of lies, always telling themselves that things will be better later on, when they achieve some material thing, like money or corporate success. But in order to do so, you have to trample on the poor, and even when you do, there are no happy billionaires. So we are living a lie, the lie of the white swans. Even though this sounded anarchistic, it resonated with me. I understand this way of thinking. The more pages I read, the more it spoke to me. Edmond Dante would have never been able to do what he did without the conviction that came from the false imprisonment and suffering. He became a dark swan. Suddenly I got a message on my phone. It was from Jimmy, that security guard. He asked if we could talk one time, in the coffee shop. He said it was important. I'd rather not do it. I had a strange feeling from that man. I felt he had an aggressive side to him, and that emoji of a gun last time. When I arrived in the coffee shop, he was waving at me from a table in the back. "I think I figured it out," he said to me. "I'm getting closer at least." "Yeah?" I asked. I looked at him. He seemed tired, messy, and came off a bit paranoia.
"The dean office tried to sweep anything about my dog under the rug. Bad press, they said. Maybe a student prank gone wrong."
"That's horrible," I said. "But what will you do now?"
"Nobody cares about the dog except me. I will find out who did it, and I'm on the right track."
He drank from his coffee. He looked on edge. "Maybe you should take some time off," I said. "You seem tired. I understand that you are emotional." He banged his fist on the table. "Of course I'm emotional," he yelled.
"That dog was my best friend. Somebody brutally murdered him, and now it's being called bad press."
"Listen," I said. "It sucks. I believe it. But I can't do anything about it. Just be careful with emotional statements. Like the gun. Those can get you in trouble."
"The gun won't get me in trouble. But him, the maniac."
"But do you know who it was?" I asked. "Maybe," he said and looked at me. "But maybe I could ask you." "What do you mean?" I asked.
"You said you saw nobody that night, but yet you talked to a boy in a black coat."
"Excuse me?" I said while I looked confused.
"Yeah, I checked the campus's security cameras and saw you were talking to somebody near the library. You told me you saw nobody."
I was getting impatient with this man. I had sympathy for his dog situation, but I didn't like where this was going. I also don't like to be spied on or cornered or questioned like this. I told you there were a few people that night. That boy was from my class. I barely know him. "I don't like the way you're talking to me," I said. Yeah, he said.
"Well, I'm not so good at this. Maybe this is why I failed police academy. But that boy, is he your boyfriend? You are too good for him."
I got up and said, "Listen, I'm sympathetic to your situation, really I am. But don't mistake this for something it's not. I came to this college to study, that's it. I would appreciate it if you now kept me out of this investigation. And I think you should take a break from it, get some rest and clear your head. I need to go now, I'm already late." While going to class, I felt a fire inside of me. Why would I let him waste my time like that, and then trying to accuse me of something? I tried to calm down. I came into class and was late, of course. I was trying to find a seat until the professor made a remark.
"Well, Miss High School found it necessary to interrupt the class again. You are going a wrong direction, Miss Pretty, but maybe your parents spoiled you too much. You are expected to be on time, in my class."
I should have held back. I should have apologized and taken it. But I was still emotional from my conversation with Jimmy. "Maybe you shouldn't," I started saying out loud. The whole class, including the professor, fell silent and looked at me. "Excuse me?" she said. I tried to find my courage. "Maybe you shouldn't judge people so quickly," I said. My parents worked hard to get me in college, and I've been studying every day since the day I got here. I never got by on my looks. I've worked hard for every grade I earned. In high school, I would expect this kind of judgment, but to hear it from a woman like you, who I so much respected and admired, is truly disappointing. I will not just sit in this lecture whole semester just to be bullied by an adult woman who is obviously bitter for some kind of reason and is working it out on me. You can go ahead and fail me if you wish." And with those words, I stepped out the class. As I was walking, I felt my body shaking by the adrenaline. What had I done? I believed that soon the feeling of regret would come, the pressing conscious objections, the realization that I am letting people down, my parents, people who believed in me. But the feeling of regret didn't come surprisingly. I actually felt strong, like a fire within me had unleashed. I stood by those words. It felt good to say my opinion, to stand up for what I believe. I come to my dorm room and heard a sobbing noise. It was Rosie. She was sitting on her bed with tears in her eyes. She looked surprised when she saw me. "Rosie," I said, "shouldn't you be in class? What's going on?"
"Oh, Luna. Sorry, no, I'm just a bit homesick. I didn't feel like going to class today. Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Please don't think anything bad about me. You are a really good friend to me. I don't want you to go."
I could feel she was emotionally unstable. "Hey," I said, "I'm not going anywhere. We're all a bit sad now and then, right? Sad times make us appreciate the good times. In fact, they might even be necessary." Was I saying that? I felt like I was quoting that book now, The Swan's Grimoire. B-sides. I think my day was worse. I just had an argument with a professor in front of the whole class. I said, "Oh," she said, "that's horrible." "Yeah, I'm probably failing that class," I said while laying in my bed and started to laugh. I don't know why I was laughing, probably the tension, and Rosie also started to laugh. "What a mess," I said. "But so tired now," I said, and drifted asleep. I had a dream of a white swan. It was dying. It was losing its feathers.